format, the way this league works, is best of threes. It's not like 2 single games that we've seen in other leagues.
Right,
So
exactly.
it's actually best of 3 contribute. So even though Dignitas has won the map, they have not gained points just yet. So we are getting into the pistol now. It's going to be Dignitas on the T side here of Cash. They've actually got 2 sets of armor, 3 sets of armor this time, and 2 sets of utility plays. So something more tactical coming in potentially here. The CT is not going anything too aggressive as of yet. Tensky makes his way towards the end of Squeaky Door. That's what the bomb will be as well. So potential A-side attack coming in here as we see the round starting to unfold. VP in a retake position, playing a very passive spot here.
Yeah, heavy retake position. MSL is going to cut off mid though. Becomes a bit of an issue because if MSL can take players down toward highway, cut off that potential for the split on the retake, then the retake essentially is gone. So big kill, very important kill from Snacks to pick up because now they have that position still to work with. But the flash comes through, Config pushes, he's got the kill on to Bialy, but it's immediately traded. So still, they can try and work into this, but it's 3 versus 3. Pasha's low, he's picked up the only kit. He needs to transfer that closer to the site, and not only that, Taz is on 1 HP. He's gone, it's Kirby again who's going to close this potentially. They can't find the last kill. It's Tensky who will.
He did a lot of work there on Kirby, so a very big round indeed. An opening one for Dignitas. This is not their map. They've already 1-0 up as well, so fantastic start for them. Went for that simple A-take. I think those 3 players towards the Squeaky Door, coming out and saving their smokes for the post-plant situation as well. It's very key. Reading Virtus.Pro like a book there. Didn't have to waste anything, getting themselves onto the bomb site. Uncontested. Get the bomb plant down, and Kirby, he got like 34 frags in the first map, and he gets 3 here to open things up. So we'll see the buy coming in from VP. Quite a disciplined buy, from what I can see. It's going to be pistols and 5.7s and no armor purchase at all. So Dignitas' buy with the SMGs works out perfectly for them here. We've got to farm some decent amount of cash. Almost guaranteed that they'll win this one as we go into round number 2.
They're just going to wait. Still on the other side of Squeaky. Tensky tensely waits. You like that there? That's what I call poetry, Henry.
That's why we hire him.
It's not why you hire me, but, you know, one of the reasons. They are going to sit back toward truck, so again, a passive play from Virtus.Pro. Taz manages 1, but it's all too easy on this walkthrough. Bialy, though, all right, stays alive, drive-by shooting, gets a 3rd kill. I was going to say 2nd kill. If he had taken Tensky down and got him on to 16, that would have been huge, but he's given a real chance to Neo, who's gone for the flank. Fastly so, but the flash in, they have an idea. He's here, it's the low HP on Tensky, though. And Bomb's not planted in all of this. It's going to run toward B, but Neo, he's picked up an AK and already spotted this, so he should be hot on the heels.
Yeah, he actually spotted that, absolutely. I'm not sure MSL will be aware of that. So he's definitely still got time to plant and get a decent position here. But I like Neo's approach from this. I don't think MSL will see this coming whatsoever. I would assume he maybe go towards the B storage area here. Well, actually, will be opting to stay on the side. So Neo, without a kit, needs to work fast. And he's actually got the advantage of the weaponry as well. MSL on the MP7. Good news is no armor on Neo. So he has that run and gun potential. But here we go. Neo edging on as well onto the side. Nice open plant. Is assuming he's still there.
Oh, he's going to look. He knows. He's already covered it off. He's
Smart.
cleared the angles. Neo is going to walk right in, and MSL's not even looking. Neo gets it done. Very good from him, but Bialy stays alive in the site. I thought they were going to just walk all over it, and he gets 2 kills. Massive damage as well on Tensky.
Neo's just the absolute master in every clutch, it seems like. He just knows this game so well, knows how the brains work of every single player, and you just know every single time. You saw it as soon as he was building that up. You go, he's going to check it. There's no way he's not. It's a similar scene to what we saw in the first game of the day when we had Dupree on the bomb site and B, trying to give the illusion there's a nice open plant. You assume they're going towards short. You stay very close to the bomb. That's what Tensky was getting out there. But unfortunately, Neo just too smart, not buying that any day of the week. And we're going to go into round number 3 now. And even after getting the bomb down, Dignitas are going to be on to a partial buy here. Everyone on the Desert Eagle. They'll be looking to get AKs. And the next, MSL, I thought he was going to pull the trigger there. And went to be this time as VP set themselves up with heavy presence towards middle.
So, not the first time we've seen an eco today, by the way, but MSL going to get in behind this smoke. Double up now as well from Snacks, who's on top of the hut, playing directly inside of the vents, but potential to get there. Good kill from Taz through the door as well. Tensky taken down before he can even open it, before they can even try and execute. It's Taz. Still going to hold from the top of highway. And Rubino, that's going to walk out with a D-goal. And he actually has his crosshair placed correctly to try and catch off Bialy, but he's got the angle held that it's all going to be too easy for he and Taz with that crossfire.
Yeah, lovely stuff there. Taz opened it up with the wall bang through the door, and it's a clean round for VP. So after Dignitas did get a bomb down in that second round, they do have enough to buy here. So AK's coming out, Config will be joining them as well. They've got 4 smokes and a flashbang just on Rubino. So this is where things get interesting. A definite chance of Dignitas. We saw they have those set pieces and those set executions. I know they've got a lot towards the B bombs on this map as well. Let's see what they opt to go towards this time. Maybe a boost coming into fast play towards mid. looks like what they'll be doing as MSL does make his way out. Decent flash from him. He needed to hit that shot. You feel like that was a bit too easy for him. A whiff does cost him his life, but Config rectifying the problems here. Taz does finally take him down though, so the man advantage firmly going in favour of VP. Lots of challenges there, as I said. MSL probably should have picked up at least one for his money there, but still, Rubino still trying to answer back. At this point though, VP can just justify falling back to the bomb sites. Their work is done essentially. It's up to Dignitas now to fight back and see what they can do.
Taz flashing in for Bialy so he can get control of A-Man. He's immediately going to go for the rotate into a more stable position behind Z Connector so he can get information. More so than that, finds Rubino, drops the bomb, and Tensky's left a minute to play with against 3 Virtus.Pro players. Doing everything he can to find an angle, an advantage against Taz, who still holds. Pokes out, that'll allow him to at least grab the bomb. Potentially isolate a one-on-one with Bialy, but if he's just going to sit here for 45 seconds and thinks that he's going to save, this is pretty crazy.
Well, he has got the bomb, and that connector does look quite interesting, but it's not going to happen this time. Bialy takes him down, and that's going to put it to 3-1 in favour of VP once again, finding those initial frags. And MSL did have the opportunity to take one down, and with the fast boost play as well. Config found 2, but just refrags all over the place for VP, and finally got that man advantage. And now the money's beginning to swell. Snacks on the MP9 knows he'll be up against an eco and unarmored players this round, so let's try to build some bankroll. He can be a little bit more aggressive this time. He'll be pushing towards middle by the looks of things. Nade over the top. It's a little bit of damage on towards MSL. They'll be focusing towards the A side. They've got 2 flashbangs. I'd assume there's going to be quite a fast play coming in. Wait till they've made their way towards Squeaky Door, flash towards quad, and try and swarm them with these Tech 9s.
Taz gonna wait again, watching doorway. It's open. He's lined them up. It's 1 kill for him, and Bialy that pops out to get his second. 4 between the 2 of them, make it now 5. Again, that crossfire so successful, and another perfectly efficient round from Virtus.Pro. No bomb plant for Dignitas, but they will be able to buy up in this one.
Yeah, look at Neo's money. He's on 12k right now. They haven't even needed to get an AWP out as of yet. Snacks, gotta be cheeky, keep the MP9. We see a lot of players doing that in these gun rounds. You remember Luminosity, I think it was Fur that was rolling one of these almost every single round, even in gun rounds.
Yep, Fur, I mean, Cold Zero is decent on the MP7. We've seen the most peculiar one, Flush Up buying it intentionally on gun rounds, the UMP.
Yeah.
Nico's done it with the UMP. There's lots of players that do. And it's all about the money, baby.
Exactly. Well, round number 6 has arrived. It's going to be AKs again. Config was very strong at opening up this mid area before. Going to set himself up for a one-way smoke. Kind of gives him a way to get up there and work a pick here. Actually, we're bouncing in front of him. I assumed this is going to be okay. So Config.
Oh, but watch out. There's still one there. There's still one in the corner. Kierby needs to find him, and he does. That Pasha goes down. And Config still with position to fire above. We'll see Taz walking over. They now have a doubled advantage, 4 versus 2, and this has to be a round win for Dignitas.
Config, lovely shot down to Neo. That's 4 players down, just Bialy remaining. And he's stuck in a horrible position towards highway. And it's a really nice piece. That's when we're talking about Dignitas. They have got this great range of set pieces. I kind of really like that. Instead of like most tactics when they do that wall of smokes, they'll do it from the mid warehouse. They'll kind of throw them over the red bin. And it's quite obvious before they bloom. The way Config does it there, it bounces off the side of the wall and explodes pretty much instantly. So as soon as he throws it, he's able to face with it. And you saw the results there. It looks very efficient. Now here we go, Matt. The double AWP setup. You referenced this before we went into this one. Cash can be very influential indeed. So Pasha and Neo will be the ones wielding that weapon this time. And Pasha will be going towards A. So let's see what we can do this. Potentially going towards the Squeaky Door or actually aggressive towards A main. He's going to have a challenge in the form of Config as well. But he's just waiting for the flashbang to come in. One by MSL as well. MSL will face this. Gets completely punished for it as well. That's a little bit disappointing for him. But Pasha finds the first kill and brings it into a 5-on-4.
Too easy that time for Pasha. The alley boosted, not spotted up just yet. Going to throw Molotov down toward the doorway, also without it open. There'll be no indication of where that comes from. And it had a slightly forward angle, so the spread will still go the same direction. Pasha. Just going to wait once more as Rubino flashes out on the back of Kierby's flash, but neither of them really going to take advancement from that. And it's Pasha with full vision to take down Rubino. He dropped the bomb, thankfully, inside of the big garage before peeking, but this becomes an issue because Dignitas, facing the reset of what was 4 rounds built up, are now down to just Tensky remaining. 1 versus 5. He gets at least 1 kill, but that's all he can manage.
This is what I was talking about at the beginning of Cash. It's one of those maps we need to be changing things up every round, going for aggressive peaks, and that's Pasha showing a prime example of how you do it. Didn't even have to have peeked the wide angle there, just waited for MSL to walk into his crosshair. That opened the floodgates for his team, and Dignitas were forced to reply, and now they're going into round number 8. This is an interesting one. This would have to be a set piece, Matt. Considering the buy, they need to do something that's going to take away some of the CT vision and force them out of positions here. So 5 players towards B. I'd assume they'll try and get control behind the smoke, and then maybe smoke towards headshot, checkers, and try and force their way in. Actually give it a straight up rush here. Neo pulls out his pistol though. That's AWP dropped. So now Dignitas has a real chance here. The retake comes in. Pasha rotating in as fast as he can. Going to be smoked out for now. Just going to be one player on the site. That's Snacks. As he gets actually pretty confident through the smoke. And Rubino finds one as well. This is looking great for Dignitas. Config stepping up, and Snacks not done just quite yet. But it's not enough. MSL finishes things off there. 2 versus 1 in the end. But it was a difficult buy for Dignitas. And they finish things off in style as well. So like I said, I thought it would be a set piece coming in there. But they just went for the straight up timing on towards Neo. He has an AWP looking towards B storage. The second he pulls his pistol out, Matt, that's when they actually decided to face. So God's looking down on them a little bit there, I have to say, but it works regardless. So 5 plays 3 now, and MSL has got the AWP.
Let's see if he can finally get something working with it. He's going to go fast toward A main. No one in position yet, but they are going to flash back in. Looked like Bialy wanted to go on that. First flash blinded up MSL. Had config ready for the repeat, but he thinks better of it. He's going to fall off the forklift. There is one player out towards Squeaky right now as well, in the form of Tensky. Bialy's going to smoke it. It's just about buying time and space. That's actually going to work. Tensky goes down through the door. Taz has gotten a kill in a similar fashion onto him. He needs to be a lot more careful in those situations.
It's so frustrating when that happens. You feel like, oh, it's not going to happen again. Surely not. Line doesn't strike twice, and then Bialy just absolutely rails him through the door. So that's the man advantage once again, going in favour of VP. And Dignitas now need to find something out of this. MSL has got vision on the side, but no one giving him anything to work with. Decent Molotov towards MBK there. That should flush out Taz. Should be a kill once again. MSL missing out there, but Config does make up for it. 4 on 4, but that's the AWP position given away. Bialy does whiff his incendiary, so he'll be deciding to fall back. Time ticking away. Dignitas need to work out where they're going with this. Lovely flashbang. That teamwork is so good from Bialy. Gets flashed in, goes to the face, and takes down the AWP as well. So man advantage regained. 30 seconds remains. Config trying to do what he can, and KRB winking his way out the door as well.
I'll look for more, but it's Bialy in the back of the site that reigns supreme. Rubino gets the refrag onto Pasha, but it still doesn't open up much of a possibility because they have to walk past Snacks, who manages to get 2 very quickly.
Yeah, what can you do when the wall bangs are coming in through the door like that? It's a massive round for VP to win, and they did what they could, and that play from Bialy with the flashbang from his teammate was just textbook stuff, and that's going to bring them in favour. 6-3 now. Dignitas don't really have much to work with. It looks like they will be forced buying into this one, Matt. So Tech 9s, head armour, smoke grenades, and it worked so well towards B. I would say, like I said before, these kind of rounds you normally go for the set pieces. You want to try and just do wall of smokes and try and force a bomb plant and run through them with the Tech 9s. I'd assume they'll do something like this. Smoke towards quad, smoke towards highway. Molotov towards MBK, maybe towards quad himself, and run through with your Tech 9s, jump around and hopefully catch an AWPer, which could be highly possible here considering it's a double AWP setup now for VP. So here comes the play. Dignitas are trying to bait out as many smokes and utility as they can right now before showing their hand. Kiabi leading the charge here. Here comes the smoke towards quad from Tensky, bounces it out from the squeaky door. That's the division now, comes flashbangs and then try and swarm the side.
Is though waiting behind this smoke, no flashes, nothing further to try and remove him. Manages one, needs to manage his ammunition though because he is running the 20 bullet clip magazine. Someone's gonna call me out on that. The M4A1. I'm so done today, Henry. But good efficiency again from Bialy in that position. Don't worry, I can't ever go a full DDK, so
no,
it's fine.
There are some interesting clips of him from this tournament.
There's something about this studio, I think.
To be fair, they're normally casting at like 4 in the morning. We haven't had to do that yet.
Don't do that. I was trying to find a way out.
But there we go. It's going to be VP with some very impressive stuff so far. Dignitas trying what they could with that force spy. Got to be on a full eco this time. So Neo does spot 4 players crossing towards B. I think he'll get punished again for this, you know. It's going to be a full rush. The Snacks coming in to save the day. Finds 2. Neo chiming in as well. What a great flurry of frags coming in for VP there. Just working together from the vent, from upper. Neo coming from spawn as well. Just locking down that rush. Dignitas didn't really have much to work with. Just some upgraded pistols and Glocks as well. So it's going to be 8 plays 3 now. As VP establishing themselves on the second map. If you are just joining us, Dignitas 1 decob on this best of 3. It was a close game. I think it was 16-13 in the end, but they did look very strong in the second half. Not so much here on D-Cash, which is Virtus.Pro's pick. Passion out. I assume he's going towards the squeaky door.
He is. You're right. Henry, you're so smart.
I know. Don't have to tell me. Tell the others.
Nah, you gotta figure it out for yourselves. If you really are smart, you'll convince them. Config's got snacks, though. That's down the middle. It gives MSL a little bit more breathing room. And Config's gonna go for the jump onto the small garage. We're going to call it the brim, I guess. But he drops the bomb smartly, goes for the peak, and actually overwhelms Taz. There is a refrag. Pasha does push all the way up from that squeaky position, which forces Tensky to consider that as a possibility. But it's all working out too well for Dignitas, who look to execute onto the B site. And a smoke forcing Neo further back. It's going to be quite good in this situation.
Quite good indeed, Matthew, as Tensky does hold the flanks there and takes down Bialy. He pushed the squeaky door area, trying to hunt for intel there, didn't really find anything, so went for the push. Now it's double AWPs against the 4 players of Dignitas who have planted on B as well. I would say just want to save in this position. Pasha just missing out on the timing there. MSL does find Neo though, so they probably will get the last remaining player and spots him. But Pasha will find one, surely punished now. There it is, Config takes him down, and Dignitas finally getting something to work with here. It's the big players of Dignitas that are stepping up and finding these rounds. This time it's Config, 15 for 9 for him, so he's definitely opening it up all over the place. Still strong money for VP. You can see that's what we're talking about, the reactive play on the CT side. As soon as they lost the frag, they're pushing squeaky door and trying to gain real estate back on the map. There's still a lot of work here to do for Dignitas. Round number 13 comes in, it's 8-4 at the moment.
Yeah, a lot of work indeed. Again on the AWP. Approach this time is he's going to hold at the bottom of highway, but it's a fast play onto the A site. Bialy's flash, and this time he's not in his customary position. Still manages to on the entry. Fires through the edge of the catwalk, and it's going to be Kirby that receives the bullets. It's now on to him to find Tensky. Another solid round from Bialy. It's Config, last alive. Away from the bomb, Molotov in front of him, and he's just got to sit and wait. He'll find Bialy looking the wrong direction, but that's going to pass the information onward, and they'll all turn their attention toward quad.
Bialy there. Fantastic work from him. It's great movement to get himself in that position. It's the perfect counter for that A rush. Now Config in a horrible position at the time. And that's a good shot to open things up. Takes down Neo to his spot. Now he's division the second player as well. But it's not going to be enough. Snacks does find him through the corner of the bomb side there. But it's all about Bialy that round. Gets himself up and towards the upper position. Sprays 3 down. And Dignitas went for the very simple A rush. They're trying to change things up, change the pace of the game. Wasn't meant to be though. Good flashbangs coming in from the Polish side. We're going to round number 14 now, and the money has been reset for Dignitas once again. After winning 1 round and losing the subsequent, you only get $1,400. So they're going to have Tech-9's Deagles. And I think it's a force buy, you know. I'll have to see the cash and see what they've got left, but that's what I'm going to assume. And they're going to be going straight towards the B site once again. 5 players there, hoping to catch Neo out with the AWP, but this time he's got an M4, a much more viable weapon in this situation.
Good shot, Pasha. So close, so personal, and you will not distill him from there. But finally, Kirby does turn around. The Tech-9 smoked out on Neo. It means the B site is a possibility. Bomb. It's going to be planted. It's already in the back of the platform, but they're being slow about it. They haven't committed to it, so the extra money injection may not actually happen after all. Kirby just wants to get the hell out of there and try and make it possible, perhaps on the other side of the map, but it's Bialy that'll find him. They had a real chance to plant that.
They did indeed, and now you can see that was a force buy. You can tell by the money, but the plan definitely would have helped boost the coffers a little bit this round. But we're into number 15. Dignitas not really arriving so much on this second map. It's all about VP so far. So they've got a true understanding of how to play this, mixing up aggression with defensive styles as well, changing it up every single time. And now Dignitas 5 players towards B again. It's one of the few rounds they got was in a straight up B rush. So waiting for the initial flashbang to come in, and I assume it'll just be a swarm. If they wanted to slow it down, they could slow towards spawn and upper platform as well, but Neo with the perfect incendio as well. Spray down coming in, gets the first one.
Ah, Pasha.
Okay.
I wanted it to happen twice, but that's a big overextension. Config's going to find he and Snacks both working through the vents. The AWP should not have gone first in that situation, but it is now Neo coming back in. Bomb down this time. 3 versus 2 was worse off when he arrived, but Neo's brought it back, and Bialy's going to add to it. It's all on Rubino. They know he's on the site, and they'll just work out his position together.
Big plays from Neo there, running through the smoke of the bomb site. And he actually blundered forwarding the Taz. They couldn't see him come through. He finds 2, gets him back into it. Taz able to help him out at that point. Bialy, he's had a great series so far, finishing with 22 frags in that first half. And Config as well, not a bad game whatsoever. Considering it's 11-4, the fact he got 19 kills is pretty impressive. Definitely carried his team over the halfway point in terms of the rounds they got. So after winning the pistol, Dignitas fall apart and only managed to pick up 4.
That's a huge issue now because Virtus.Pro, mind you, it was 10-5 on Cobblestone, so...
It's their CT sides that have been very good so far for Dignitas. So if they get the pistol here, maybe they can do the similar sort of thing. What do you think?
Absolutely, Henry. I don't really think often.
No?
No, it hurts my head. Yeah, I don't like to have a headache.
By thinking.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, it looks like the teams will be taking the maximum allocated time here. You can take up to 2 minutes and a half time to kind of think about what you're doing.
You can take more than that, but it's kind of frowned upon.
Yeah.
The rules say not to. But you theoretically could, Henry, just to be clear. Remember what I said about not thinking?
Anyway, so 11-4, this heavily favours VP. They looked very strong there on the first half. If you are just joining us, this is a best of 3. It's not like other leagues. This is for all the points, you need to win the best of 3 completely. So we'll see how we get into this one. Virtus.Pro now on the pistol round. We can see Taz has got the Tech 9, not been upgraded to the coined Raid Boss, which means you get dropped to Tech 9. You can buy armor yourself. And all this be with Tech 9 and Smoke. So I'd assume this will be a very simple play. Judging by the setup so far, they'll do one Smoke towards potentially Connector and try and do an A split that sense with Snacks waiting there on the flanks as well. And Snacks could potentially smoke towards Highway to kind of have a similar sort of effect.
Snacks is just going to pop out the windows at mid.
Why not?
Why not? I mean, it does use 2 bullets. If he was trying to be efficient and be a friendly person to the world, that's 2 bullets that have to be manufactured, Henry. So that might be why not. But you asked. I just had to answer.
Well, I'm glad you're thinking about the environment.
I'm not thinking. Remember this. MSL in a position at sandbags. Remember, this is a hard position to play from because he has to have a support system. Thankfully, he does. There is 2 other players watching into mid, but if he gets locked in here, limits how quickly he can peek. And now with Taz getting the kill, the one man on Highway already weak, there's no way out. And that all just fell apart so quickly as VP found the required kills in the right order. As they walk out mid, and it's Tensky inside Z connector, all down to config, wrong side of the map. Bomb going to be planted on A, and as soon as he walks out from the site, there's 2 already walked down from truck that'll spot him. The second of the 2 that I mentioned was towards Z connector. It's going to have him here, dead to rights regardless.
Yeah, VP is completely wrecking towards middle there. Smoke off towards connector, flashbangs come in, MSL unable to do anything. That's sandbag there. Just going to be config remaining now in the 5 versus 1. And it's Bialy picking up 2 more frags. Played very well so far. But 12 plays 4, you'd assume the force buy coming from Dignitas. They want to make sure this is a different scenario, right? Where people hear me talking about the force buys in the second round. When in this sort of position, you need rounds. I don't mind it at all in this scenario. So you can actually justify a force buy and see whether you can bring something to the table here. So config, we're going to CZs. It's actually the same story for 3 of them. And MSL, actually make it 4. MSL, the only player with Deagle. So you'd assume now VP is taking things very slowly indeed. And try and get some map control, run a default. Simple smokes, stay together, use the buddy system, and they'll be absolutely fine.
As has Tensky waiting on the other side of the door, but the P90 ready for when they push through. It's 2 players though. He needs to line them up. Does manage both. Thankfully, enough bullets in that gun, and not only that, he'll find a 3rd under Rubino. Now remember, the P90 is the only SMG that doesn't award the full $600 per kill, so it's $300 each regardless. It's $900 made, and that was all too easy. Pasha just waits in the corner. MSL walks into it. And Pasha's going to close it as well. So $1,500 for Pasha. He becomes the big winner in the sweepstakes.
He does indeed. You can see that affecting his money right now. He's got $4,600. And Dignitas, after forcing that round, I hate to say it, be a pessimist, Matt, but that's going to be a VP in very strong contention for taking the second
That's you. You might as well just be one.
I'm a realist.
No, you are a pessimist.
In what sense?
In the sense that you are negative.
What? How's that negative, though?
Well, your score in Counter-Strike's normally negative, so that makes you a pessimist.
Right, okay. Is that how it works?
Yes, it is.
You misunderstood that phrase.
No, I didn't. That is exactly what it means, Henry.
Okay, anyway.
For anyone
VP.
wondering, a pessimist is someone who's bad at Counter-Strike.
5 versus 2 now. Dignitas not really forcing anything into this round, as they've just got USPs remaining. And they're trying to hold off the 5 players of VP. Look, whoa! Acrobats there.
That was awesome. Oh my, more of that, please.
That was pretty good.
Oh, config. To the sky.
Flown into the air like a rag doll. As Dignitas now looking down the barrel of 14-4. And some sort of godlike play comes in for Tensky. But I don't think that's going to happen, guys.
Well, you
I hate
are
to be
a pessimist.
Yeah.
So, not surprised. I'm an optimist. He's going to one-tap all of them.
Oh, lucky. It was a good guess there.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
14 plays 4, Dignitas, money's still not going to be great. Definitely won't have an AWP. Not going to have much grenades, probably won't have any kits. So VP getting very close now, judging by their cash as well, to map, not match point. This will be going to the third map. Do you remember what it is?
Mirage?
I think it's Mirage.
It is Mirage.
Yeah. Good, I just test.
I did have to think about it. I had a photographic memory moment where I could see the overlay, but I couldn't remember what was said. It's Mirage.
Useless photographic memory then.
Yeah, that's kind of accurate, but you know, it counts.
Okay. Anyway.
Default smoke out on A main right now. Kirby's jumped up. No run boost applied. Looked like they thought about setting it up initially, but they think better of it. The alley is waiting here. Taz out towards Squeaky, which has been a point of contention throughout this map. Taz has gotten the better of it from the CT side, spraying through. Tensky's been on the receiving end a number of times, not to make mention of it, but little Molotov off to the bottom side of the vents. Still no commitment, though, from Virtus.Pro, who look like they're just trying to get some map control, play the picks early on. Still a minute to work with, and still have 4 Molotovs and 2 smokes, just 2 smokes. Now keep that in mind, because on the A site, typically 3 is the number people use, but good flash in. Bialy's able to dodge it, but he can't accommodate for the second member, which is Rubino. And that leaves us on 4s.
Well, now it's a real problem for CT. You can see they have 1 smoke remaining, no kits, and VP, it's a complete opposite story. They've got plenty of grenades left, and they've got no real risk on the map yet. They haven't pushed into anything too crazy, but they are setting up towards mid. You see Tensky now pushing the squeaky door, see if he can gain some intel here. It might work out for him, you know. If he does decide to face now, could take down Pasha, who is tricked me on the overlay there, and we're going to be going toward the A side.
Doesn't take much to trick you, but Neo's going to find Rubino. And with that 2 smokes, the 2 smokes that they have got one on the top of Highway, which should allow for a bomb plant easily. The flank comes in. It's Tensky with 1 onto Taz. They still have to find a number of kills, and they don't have kits to try and make this work. So Pasha, sitting behind the quad position right now, is looking toward A main. They know Tensky's well within it, but the late rotation, extremely late rotation from Config, is just giving so much time away. And remember, I already mentioned it, they don't have kits. So they have to make a decision right now if they even go for this.
Well, at this point, Matt, they can't allow themselves to go down to 15-4. So they will go for it and try and do what they can. It was a 3-on-2, so definitely still had something to play with there, but there it is. Map point has been established for VP, and the money is in disarray now for Dignitas, so they'll just be investing what they can. Obviously, one more round will do it for VP, so Scouts, P90s, Deagles. It's the bring and buy sale right now, trying to salvage the over what they can. And there's going to be double Scouts. We'll see what they can do with this. I'm assuming this is going only in one direction, the band you were talking about earlier.
Your favorite. The alley going to hold with the spray, make sure no one pushes in toward A main right now. Scott MSL starts this off. The end of map 2, potentially. A convincing one for Virtus.Pro if they can close it in this fashion. Peek out from Config, it's with the scout. Hasn't hit the shots yet, though. 2 tries, finally does. It's not the headshot. Anil goes down to 5 HP in that. But it's a nade from Pasha that will get the kill. 3 players remaining. Make it heavy to bring back on Snacks, but still he's surrounded as Taz had pushed out Squeaky. They had 1 inside the A-main stairwell, and it's just too easy for Virtus.Pro, who now have the bomb slowly pushing in that direction. Response from Rubino. Still they find themselves a man down.
3 versus 2 now. No kids, and the VP is full control of the situation. It's going to be Bialy to find one of the final ones. It's going to be it. It's going to be Tensky, and boom goes the Danish Dynamite.
Is that what it is?
They explode all over themselves.